The IRS sent three agents, and they came against me. I'll tell you what they wanted. They were challenging our nonprofit status.
So Bishop Wooden shares that the IRS targeted his church for saying Kamala Harris is bad for blacks. Check this clip out.
Faced any pushback from the actual government?
Yes. Yes. I mean, last year, man, they let me have it. I said in a sermon, now it was me, I said it, that Kamala Harris was not good for black people. The context of the message was she's for same-sex marriage. She boasted that she was the first to perform a same-sex marriage in the state of California. And she's pro-abortion. Now, to this preacher, anyone who is for same-sex marriage isn't good for black people. 73% of black households have no dads. Now, do we need to add to the mix same-sex couples? 2 guys, 2 girls. Is that good for the community? Is that good for the little boy who is struggling to make it in society because his dad's not there? So I didn't think that was good. I've already explained my position on abortion. I didn't think that was good. What did I say that for? So the Christian Post picked up that statement and they put it out. And they did maybe a year after I made the comment. The IRS sent three agents to come. We met in my suite, in my office here at the church. And they came against me. I'll tell you what they wanted. They were challenging our nonprofit status. And not only were they seeking or threatening to revoke it, they also said that we're going to not only revoke it, but we're going to go back to the date that you made the original statement, and we're going to tax you for all revenue that has come in since then. So I said to them, well, what was it that I said that was so wrong? You said that Kamala Harris was not good for black people, and you can't say that during an election. Man, I fell back in the chair. Jeremiah, I fell in the chair. And so I said to them, I said, listen, I'm a black guy. I came up in the black church. I've been told all my life in church that I'm a Democrat. I first heard that in church. Have you guys gone to those churches? I said, now, I've never told my members how to vote. Jeremiah, I don't know what the political makeup is of our congregation. I've never asked because I don't think that's my business.
Right.
I don't tell people how to vote, but I do talk about issues, and I encourage them to vote their Christian convictions. And also there were organizations that, with all due respect, who claim to defend us if we go through those episodes. And some of those organizations give us a day in October when we're supposed to, all the preachers with one accord, to speak out that day against those things and invite our IRS to come, and they will defend us. Well, they didn't defend me. And so I was left out. I contacted them over and over. I was left hung out to dry. And by the grace of the Almighty, we prevailed. But yes, that was my crime. My crime was saying, now I don't know if they were just threatening me. I don't know if they were going to go through with it. But I'll tell you what I've done. I have tried to make sure that I walk the line when it comes to, okay, it's an election year. I'll be careful, but I'm going to still talk about the issues. I got to. I think that what they did that day was unfair. I even said this to them, and I'd like to get your thoughts on this. I said, Kamala Harris went to Virginia campaigning in black churches during that same time, telling people to vote for Terry McAuliffe. Have you gone to those churches and threatened them? Their answer was, well, we can't tell you about other cases. Of course. Well, we know that didn't happen.
Now, when I saw this video, I chuckled because if anybody is known for, confronting issues in a pulpit, is Wooden. I don't always agree with everything that he say. You know, I just got to give it to him. Like, he gonna stand in that pulpit and he's gonna confront everyday issues. And so they finally came after him. And notice he said they threatened to revoke his nonprofit status. I believe it's important, you know, to note that a 501c3 organizations can't speak on any political campaign. You see this here? Under the Internal Revenue Code, all sections 501c3 organizations are absolutely prohibited from directly or indirectly participating in or intervening in any political campaign on behalf of any candidate for elective public office. In this picture here, it says 6 types of 501c3 violations, political activity. This is why I wholeheartedly believe the book of Acts is the standard that we are supposed to follow. The church was never supposed to be like this business structure. It was supposed to be the opposite, because as long as you have a building, you are required to turn that into the IRS. And anything that the government have their hands on, they can pretty much control and call the shots. And so for them to pretty much say 501c3 organizations can't participate in any political campaign, like, this is how you know it's all of Satan. And here's another thing. Let's just say if Bishop Wooden was at home and he was speaking the truth from there, the IRS couldn't come directly to him, especially within the confines of his own home. Now, we know these things will eventually come. However, I'm saying the church, we have more freedom and flexibility by not being involved with the federal government. But anyway, if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Blessings.